Yes, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Uh, Good morning, dear students. Uh, I hope all of you okay. As far as I know, I've shared with you, I think I would say, some notes or a lot of notes that you may much need to concentrate and ensure that you get something from there. I saw it as fit that we should have something like this. I mean, like a online lecture, and I'm going to share this on your WhatsApp group, but it will be a link because I'm going to share it on YouTube. That means when I share the link on the WhatsApp, you're able to access the lecture from the YouTube. Without wasting time, I don't intend to take much time, especially when it comes to online lectures like this, as they may not be cost effective for the students. So we are advised to make sure that such lectures are made shorter, and I'll try in the few minutes to make sure that something is covered. And without wasting time, we want to look at topic number 5, and it is headed as writing speeches and other presentations. So what we are going to interest ourselves here in with the two areas of speech and of course presentation. When we look at the two words speech and presentation, we shall realize that they almost move hand in hand together, though they have some smaller differences. Of course, all of them involve public speaking or speaking to a crowd, and so both of them are essential. So whatever I'm going to give here, you should take note that it covers both areas of speech and presentations. So in our daily life, we are always required once in a while, if not always, to make some speeches or to put in some good presentations, whether it is at class or in class, or it is at workplace or even at home. We are required to make either speeches or presentations. So we want to look at these two areas for now, and we are saying that speech in its simplest form is the act of delivering a spoken message to an audience. So we are realizing that it's something that is spoken. So when it comes to speech, it's a matter of playing with the words that come out from the presenter or the person, of course, giving the speech. It is typically performed by a speaker using their voice, body language, and gestures to convey their ideas and connect with the listeners. So basically, just like what I am doing, I am giving a presentation in one way, but also a speech in another way. Why? Because basically I am just communicating with you people. I'm just communicating with you people, and when actually you're just hearing my words, you're seeing how my mouth are moving, maybe my hands, how I'm going to move them throughout the lecture. So it involves using the voice, the body language, and gestures to convey the ideas and connect with the listeners. Whether it's a formal address, an inspirational talk, or a persuasive argument, speeches are designed to engage, inform, entertain, and influence. So why do we give speeches? We give speeches, as it is said, one is to inspire others, maybe to something. So we can give speeches to inspire others. We can also give speeches to persuade or make others accept our ideas. It could be a product that we are urging them to buy. Then they can also be designed to engage people, interact with them, or it can be to inform them, give them an information that maybe they don't have. It could also be to entertain. We can give speeches to entertain, and when you look at the comedians, basically they talk, they give a speech, but they engage in a way with the audience in a way to entertain them. So all that could be categories of speech. So in speech, the focus is primarily on the speaker's delivery and their ability to captivate the audience. So the main focus of in speech giving is that what matters is the ability of the individual or the presenter or the person giving the speech, his ability to put it in a good way that can captivate the audience, or that can make the audience be interested or attracted to whatever is going to come out. So when you're giving speech, you must be keen enough to see that you're able to make the audience interested in what you're going to deliver. The content of the speech is often carefully crafted, incorporating rhetorical devices, storytelling techniques, and persuasive elements to create an impactful message. Of course, for you to captivate the audience, you might need the rhetorical devices for giving the speech. You might need to engage in storytelling, maybe to awaken people from being off-minded and so on. Because usual speeches, because they have limited interaction with the audience, it's not a two-way interaction. When it comes to speech, you'll find that the audience is always attentive, listening, because it could be that it is an educational program that they are giving them. So you will have to be attentive. So by giving storytelling, you might be engaging the audience and bringing their attention to back to what you are giving out. So if we want to have an impactful message, then there must be persuasive elements, issues that can be able to move the audience to accept what is coming out from you. So public speaking skills such as voice modulation, articulation, and stage presence are essential for delivering a compelling speech. So as we know, speeches usually they're given in public domains. Therefore, it will be very important for us to also have public speaking skills so that we can be able to engage well with the audience. Now, when it comes to a presentation, we're saying on the other hand is a visual and auditory communication tool used to convey information in a structured and visually appealing format. So we shall realize that even when it comes to speech, presentation, it is all about also still public speaking. And what we're saying is that in it now there's use of both auditory or voice. Also, there's also what? Vision. Seeing things being presented to the members. For example, in a class you might have presentations on Excel, whereby our work is well organized or structured, and you're able to follow. You strictly follow what you have there, or in the format, meaning what comes first is what you present first. But so you realize that in it involves a lot of visionary things to aid the speaker or the presenter to make the audience understand better. In other words, there are tools that are used when it comes to presentations, and this aims to accompany the information that is being delivered by the presenter, of course. So we shall realize that we can also use in presentations things like graphs, pictures, photos, and so on. All these are aimed at actually making sure that the audience is able to understand and be also able to follow with the presenter. And all these are meant to ensure that the presentation is appealing to the audience that is in that public domain, of course. So it typically involves the use of slides, graphics, videos, and other multimedia elements to support the speaker's message. Presentations can be created using software like Microsoft PowerPoint or Apple Keynote, allowing the presenter to showcase data, visuals, and key points in a streamlined manner. The emphasis in a presentation lies not only on the speaker's delivery, but also on the visual aids and supporting materials used. Presentation often follows a clear structure with an introduction, main body, and conclusion, allowing the audience to easily follow the flow of information. So when it comes to the presentation, it is strictly followed. In other words, it does not allow the presenter's own perspective sometimes to come in the presentation, as it depends basically on facts that are to be put. In other words, it is always evidence-based, meaning you have to cite the source of information, where it is coming from, and so on. So public speaking is a vital skill, yet many struggle to deliver a speech that truly resonates with their audience. A speech that works in one setting may fail in another, making it crucial to understand the different types of speeches in public speaking and their purpose. So what we're saying is that one successful speech may not be successful in another gathering. The reason is that the interests of these groups might not be the same. It might be different. What it means is that before we give speeches, we must be able to understand the kind of audience that we are going to face, such that we're able to give them what actually they deserve. And also it helps us to understand, because different groups, we might prepare for them differently. Different class of people might need different things from us. So by understanding the audience, it is going to be a plus for us, and of course improves the quality of our speech or presentation that we are going to make. Of course, we are going to look at some differences that exist between presentation and speeches. As I said, these two might complement one another, and most times people use the words interchangeably, but of course we are here to note that there is some difference that exists between them. And one of them, we're saying that a speech is typically considered more formal than a presentation. A speech is more formal than a presentation. For example, during graduations, we might have we might have speeches that are given by key persons, and you'll realize that there's no much interaction. There's no interaction when it comes to such presentation, and that's why we're saying it is more formal. it is mostly used when the situations are more or in more formal situations. It may be part of a ceremony or cultural ritual and therefore includes certain written and unwritten rules for what should be included. For example, in graduation ceremonies, we have specifically what is to be communicated. For example, we may have that they are reading the names of the graduates. So you'll find that it might be in an organized manner. A traditional speech tends to include less audience participation directly with the speaker. A presentation is typically more conversational and more interactive. So we're saying for conversation, it is more interactive. Okay? It is more interactive or conversational, meaning both parties are able to interact. Even when the presentation is going on, someone may be able to interact maybe with something that they have not gotten well, or you'll find that at the end of the session of a presentation, you might find that there might be Q&As or questions and answers session that are to be scheduled. So it's very key for us to note that speeches are more formal than presentations. Another difference could be that speech emphasizes the spoken word. In speech, our emphasis is on the words that come out from the person giving the speech. And when it comes to presentations, we're saying they provide a visual component. A visual component that is aimed to accompany the information that is being that is coming out from the presenter. And last, we are saying that speeches often involve more improvisations, while presentations are carefully planned and structured. We will realize that when it comes to speeches, there's always room to bring in other things in somebody's speech. For example, as I am talking, it does not mean that whatever I have or whatever I'm speaking is already there. There are things that that come in my mind during the time of giving the lecture, and those come outside what I had planned. So there's room for other things to come in. In other words, what we're saying is that it involves more improvisation. There's improvisation for other items to be brought in during a speech. Whereas when it comes to presentations, they are carefully planned and structured, meaning that they are planned in a way that you are to move from one step to another. In other words, it has a line of order, how to go about, and so on. So those are the key differences between the two. I hope that I will not exceed the 30 minutes, but if I'm to exceed, then it won't be, I think, much. We are going directly, without wasting time, to the types of speeches based on purpose. Types of speeches based on purpose. That means we have very many categorizations of types of speeches, and one of those categories, we are basing it on the purpose. Okay? And one of them is what we call as the informative speech. Informative speech. And we're saying that an informative speech focuses on providing knowledge or explaining a subject in detail. So as we have seen, when it comes to informative speech, it is actually providing information or giving knowledge, maybe that has not been there, or is explaining a subject in detail, as it was said. The goal is to enhance the audience's understanding of a topic without attempting to persuade them. So in this, on this matter of informative speech, the issue or the issue at hand is not persuading people, but making people understand why certain things are done in certain way. So it is not all about persuasion, but it's about getting to understand that people are okay, or they understand what is going on, or they understand a topic. For example, when a lecturer enters in a class, he's actually giving an informative speech, and his interest is not to influence you to do another thing. His interest is not to influence you, but his attention is to make sure that you understand the content in the what? In the my battery is almost going down. Let me connect it a little bit.